And welcome back
welcome
to
back.
Steeped in Feelings. The tea that we're drinking this week is Earl Grey. If you want to brew yourself a cup and settle in, this first episode is going to be me going through my experiences in childhood. My mom and I came up with some questions that I can answer on camera to highlight what childhood was like for me growing up with a brain that was a little different.
Okay, I'm going to ask Lily some questions. The first one is, what do you remember first when you think of being a kid?
When I think of being a kid, I think of confusion. I think of joy. I think of loneliness. I think of a brain being very loud but not understanding that it was any different than other people's brains, so I didn't quite understand why I reacted to things in the way I did sometimes, and I didn't quite understand why my feelings felt so much bigger than other people seemed to be.
Did you notice that your emotions seemed to be more than others?
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't have the words to ask other people how they experienced childhood, but I knew that my brain could get really loud. So when my brain got really loud, that was about the time when I started. And I don't remember exactly what age, maybe you do, but that was about the time that I started picking my eyelashes in my hair.
4th grade.
And then I started picking at my skin too. And that was the extent of that throughout childhood until college. This first video is just going to be covering my experiences in childhood, and then in a later video I can kind of go into how that evolved in college and as an adult, and as my borderline actually took shape and when I got diagnosed.
Who kept you safe as a child?
Both houses, because you and my dad split up when I was 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 2 houses, and neither house was really safe emotionally. So I had to learn to come up with ways of keeping myself safe, which started subconsciously, and then I was able to consciously start to become invisible, start to fracture my personality consciously. But I was able to become different people, essentially, for who I needed to be safe around that day. At both yours and my dad's houses, I learned that it was safer emotionally to be as invisible as I could, and we worked on that over the years. I had to learn how to keep myself safe when I was a kid.
Well, I think that, you're really being brave to explain your truth from a childhood, because I think that it's hard for you to say that.
It is, yeah, it's hard for me to say that to you.
Well, it's hard to hear.
But I know the work that we've done over the years, individually and together, but mostly individually. And I think that's what makes our story something that might be able to help people, because we can say that kind of stuff to each other now.
Well, and it takes a lot of trust and belief that the other person is being honest.
Yeah, and I would hope you're honest. That's the whole point.
Well, but I think, I think a lot of families hide from that kind of honesty. It's safer because it brings up a lot. And I think people tend to not want to have strong feelings, so they hide them.
And the next episode after this one is going to be my mom's kind of experience with me as a child, so she's not going too far into that today. We're trying to stay focused so this video is not 2 hours long.
Well, thinking back which memory still shows up and refuses to go away?
Of childhood, there's not many specific memories that really stand out like as memories, but just the idea that I learned in childhood that I should be invisible, that I shouldn't, or I am too much to exist, that me existing was too much. And no matter how small I tried to make myself, my insides always felt too big, and that still translates to this day. I still feel too big.
In what way?
Every way.
Your
Emotionally,
feelings?
physically, not like fat, but like just my physical presence. I feel like my existence is too big, and it is uncomfortable to exist most days. So that is the one. I guess it's not a specific memory, but it is the one lesson that stays with me.
Well, and we'll get into more of your adult experience
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah.
What would you tell that scared little version of you now?
Now I would tell her that we have something to offer the world, she and I. I have something to offer the world. I have a lot of empathy. I am a good nurse. I don't like talking about good things about myself, so this is hard. I have unique qualities to offer the world, and I can make a difference. So existing is okay.
How would you like the viewers to feel after hearing this part of your story?
Well, I'm hoping that if there's somebody out there that got those kind of messages growing up, if they're uncomfortable existing, that maybe they don't feel so alone, and that maybe they can also hear, even though saying it, it's still hard to hear, that existing it's okay. And it's okay that existing is uncomfortable. And that doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that you learned when you were a kid that you were wrong. And let me tell you right now that you're not. You are not wrong. You are not too much. You are just enough. You are perfect the way you are. And I am very, very glad you exist. All right, diffusers, that's all we have for this week. Join us next Thursday, where
I share what it was like to be Lily's mom when she was young.
And I think you said you wanted to share some of your own insights on your own experiences as a child and some of those things. Do you want to elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, I'll go back and sort of connect the dots and share a little bit about me.
So, in the meantime, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Our affirmation for today is I have survived every day before this one, and you have the strength to keep on surviving. So let's keep on surviving and building this wonderful warm tea mug of ours. And with that,
See you next Thursday.
see you next Thursday.